There's a lot of talk out there about the second stimulus check. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos that have something about the stimulus check in their titles, and there's a lot of articles actually. Like, I'll just show you this real quick. Several articles. If you just kind of search on Google from today, actually, stimulus check money, $1,200 payment could still be headed your way in 2020. Second stimulus check payment, right? How quickly might the IRS send you money? But from Forbes 5 hours ago, stimulus package negotiations stall. These three facts should push Congress to action. I've even seen a couple of YouTube videos where people were basically saying that the president was going to executive order $1,200 checks. I think we can remain hopeful about it, but for now, I'm just going to make my own stimulus check. Like, I just don't see any other way. In fact, this week so far, I have made over $400. I've made about $450 this week alone. So this has definitely been the biggest week, I think, in my trading career, my newfound trading career. Sounds weird to say, but it's like, I don't see myself like giving this up anytime soon. So we're going to talk about that. I traded Facebook calls this morning. Ended up leaving a lot of money on the table. Look at Facebook, guys. I'm going to show you. Facebook. Facebook has been on a roll, okay? So this is Facebook from today, right? It was even crazier than yesterday's push, right? We thought yesterday was a big day for Facebook. Today was even bigger. And look at these are my trades down here. And I left all that money on the table. But you know what? Like, I like trading the open or I like trading in the morning, just getting in, getting out, taking my profit. A lot of, that's just hindsight, right? To say, oh, I should have held this, and it would have been worth a lot of money. And I do want to come up with some kind of strategy where I can hold these plays, some of these plays maybe a little bit longer, or have another account where I hold them a little bit longer and really try to milk them for all they're worth. But we're going to talk about all that. We'll talk about my plays. Before we get into my day trading, just a couple of main points that I want to go over with you guys. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 83 points. The futures were actually down a little bit on the Dow, so it's a good thing, right? I mean, the stock market's definitely rallying right now. The S&P is up, NASDAQ is up, and we're seeing all-time highs right now. So, be cautious, I guess, especially if you're investing, if you're putting money long-term into the market. What I'm doing is I'm being cautious. I'm keeping track of the stuff that I'm involved in, and I'm constantly looking for new opportunities. You have Salesforce now, now I think Salesforce, didn't they get added to the Dow yesterday? Anyways, they rallied more than 26% after their results for earnings. The previous quarter came out. Netflix also jumped up 12%, and Facebook closed 8% higher. I'm thinking Facebook might actually have one more day where it's bullish. We'll see. I think we probably will get like a Friday sell-off from some of this. Apple is doing a stock split, so just be aware of that, right? Especially if you're buying Apple at $500 a share, which I think is absolutely crazy. It's a $2 trillion company, guys. They're doing a stock split, which I think will be over with by the 28th. We had some positive news with the vax, right? Also, China apparently is dosing people already, right? So when that kind of news comes out, you'll see the airlines, the cruise ships, the banks, maybe oil. Those stocks will kind of hopefully respond positively to good vax news. And also we have the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is set to deliver a highly anticipated speech today. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's later on this evening or what, but, Federal Reserve coming out, I guess, to talk about the weekly jobless claims data. When it comes to the pandemic, the cases are going down, which is a good thing. I don't know what's going to happen between now and, November, right? But I think there is a lot going on here, right? I mean, there's definitely political situations that are, or I should say, political motivations behind a lot of what we are seeing or what we're told to be true. So anyways, without getting too much further into all of that messiness, let's go ahead and talk. There's a new feature basically that I want to add into my video, and that feature, that segment, I guess I should say, is like the video of the day that I want to share with you guys. And this video is by a YouTuber, Mark Moss. He has basically a personal finance channel, right? He's got about 14,000 subscribers. Well, he released this video yesterday, all right, on the 25th, entitled Deep State Battle Causes Danger in the Markets. Get prepared now. This is a very interesting video, and I'm recommending this to all of my viewers because he talks about how big tech and the stocks in big tech, big tech is in this weird position where he says, he basically breaks it down and says that big tech obviously doesn't like the president, right? That they support Biden. They would rather have Biden, but they're in this weird scenario where they're doing well. Their stocks are doing well. There's a lot of confidence in their companies, even though there's government regulators coming in trying to shake things up a little bit. Big tech, if they continue to do well into November in the stock market, because it's really tech that's pulling the stock market up as high as it's going. If they continue to do that, it has a very good chance of giving Trump the win, right? The president's probability of re-election becomes much greater. And it makes it a lot harder for Biden to win. Now, if the stock market were to crash and these tech giants and just the stock market in general wasn't doing so well, obviously that's going to make the president look worse, and that will raise Biden's probability. So he talks about this, and basically the question he asks at the end of the video, for viewers to respond to is, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that, right, we're going to see the stock market continue to rise into November, possibly handing Trump the election, or is something going to go down and perhaps, Silicon Valley will give up some of their billions of dollars in profit to give, a higher chance of Biden actually winning? It's just a weird place that they're caught in. And then he also talks about how big tech is, how much they control everything, right? They control the information, they control the news, they control what you can sell, they control what you can buy, they control what you can, they're controlling absolutely everything, yet they're calling it capitalism. And then regulators come in and they say, oh, well, you can't regulate us, you can't break us up, you can't regulate us because you're dependent on us. Everybody needs us, and this is capitalism, right? We're just on top of on top of the capitalistic food chain. You can't regulate us because you need us, right? And it's really, the word that Mark Moss uses is totalitarianism. So just generally speaking, guys, a very, very interesting video, especially if, you're interested in the political stuff a little bit. He doesn't get political with it, but he sort of explains the potential political scenarios that are going on behind this crazy, stock market rally. He talks about the Fed adding all this liquidity and, this era that we're living in, it's very serious. In a lot of ways, the fall of the, Second Roman Empire, so to speak, is kind of here, right? We're sort of living it. But on the other hand, as long as the dollar doesn't crash, right, there's going to be a lot of opportunity, especially in the markets. I know a lot of people are sort of hedging all of this with cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and stuff. And I haven't, I've only been in the market now for like 6 months, but I'm being cautious because I know of the different crashes that have happened in the past, right? The crash in 08, I think there was a tech bubble crash in 2001. There was a crash in 87, and there was the really big stock market crash in 29. So, I'm aware of these other times where the stock market has completely crashed. So I'm definitely being cautious. But it is kind of a weird situation where big tech, when you think about it, big tech and how well they're doing actually might single-handedly push the president to re-election. And that's not what big tech wants. Big tech wants Biden. Or at least that's what they tell us, right? That's what they want us to think. So definitely check out that video. It's thought-provoking. And Mark Moss has some pretty good content when it comes to personal finance. He usually doesn't do videos like that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. That's a new kind of featured segment in my show. All right, let's get into my play because we are now 11 minutes into the video. So let's talk about the P&L real quick, right? We are up 7%, 7.4% in the account, which is about $118. Now, I'm very happy with that. My account is $1,700 now. This week alone, I've made $400, and I don't think really there's any other way I could make $400, like I have. There's really no other way to do it other than trading options. So, today, again, we're trading Facebook. Facebook is a new favorite of mine. I don't even use Facebook, right? To be honest with you, I'm not that fond of Facebook. You guys know why. But it's a very bullish stock right now. There's a lot of opportunity, and it really moves, especially first thing right at the open. It really, really moves. So my first entry was right here at the open, 9:30. Again, trading the open, it's kind of sketchy, right? I can understand why people don't want to trade the open, and they'd rather wait for a few minutes. Some people don't even start trading until like 9:45. This week, I have enjoyed trading the open. Trading the open has really pushed me to new levels in my account, right? So I entered at 9:30. We had a lot of bull volume, right? Huge bull volume, right? This is like institutional volume. And we did open up at a kind of like a supply zone area or some kind of zone that I had previously mapped out. Well, it's not, yeah, it was kind of like a pre-market supply zone that I had mapped out. We burst through that. We burst through the pre-market high. You can see this dotted line right here. That is the pre-market high that I charted out. I actually wasn't sure what to expect with Facebook today. I thought because we had such a kind of a bullish day yesterday that maybe we'd get a little bit of a pullback, but no, we didn't. Right, Facebook went to the moon, and to be honest with you, I'm feeling a little bit of FOMO right now because I was holding on to contracts, calls. Right, let me see where. Let's see. So when I bought them, they were about like $300, $330. They're now worth. Yeah, they're worth like. They're worth like $1,000, guys. Like the contracts I was holding and I sold for like, 400 or whatever. They're worth so much money right now. But I'm not gonna worry too much about it because I'm just, I'm here to scalp. I will incorporate a strategy where I hold on to these contracts a little bit longer and see if I can, I would like to sort of let one ride and just let it ride all day until the close on a really bullish day like this. But going back to my plays and stuff, I entered right at the open. And, there were reasons for that because it broke the levels that I had charted in pre-market, and we had the very bullish volume. I got out. This is my first exit at 9:33, right? So, or no, 9:32, right? So you have 9:30, 9:31, 9:32, right? That's my first exit. Then I enter again on this red candle at 9:34, and then I'm out at the top of this green candle at 9:35. So the trade it's three different entrances and exits, entries and exits, but I'm considering it just one trade, right? Like this is one trade. And it went well, right? I could have held it a little bit longer. Maybe I should have, right? Like maybe I should have spent more time and kind of held through some of this and really pushed my profit margin. Maybe I should have loaded up on contracts down here, bought a couple of them instead of just one. I feel like I could have made out with more money, right? Had I maybe been a little bit more aware that the stock was going to move as much as it did. And I had other opportunities that I just didn't take because I didn't want to mess up my profit. To be honest with you, like I shouldn't be in this mindset where I'm like afraid to trade, but like once I get my profit first thing in the morning, because I've had such bad experiences where like I sort of over trade and then I end up walking away with either less profit, no profit, or in the hole, because I've had so many days where I've done that, I like to just sort of get in, get my profit, and then just walk away. But I think it was like around here where, I was looking at the level 2. I was like, oh, I should really get back in, and I never did, right? Because I still have $455 I could have traded with. So I could have bought one more contract and just sort of let it ride, and I didn't do it. But it doesn't matter because the opportunities are every day, right? The market always provides us opportunities. And even if Facebook pulls back tomorrow, right? Because Facebook has moved now 2 days in a row, right? And I can't believe how high it got today. Like, what is that? $307. I would not be surprised if tomorrow we get a pullback. But even if we do get a pullback and Facebook goes back down to like 280, right? Maybe it won't do that. Maybe 290, 300, whatever. I can always play the short side, right? But again, that comes with its own risks because playing the short side in this market is very dangerous because this market just keeps going up, up, up and away. It never stops. But all in all, I'm happy with my P&L, right? It's more money than I was making last week. I seem to have a good, at least with Facebook, right? I've got a good little routine here where I can make, couple $100 in the morning. If I could do that consistently for a while, like I'm going to be very Gucci. I'm going to be very, very happy with where I'm at. Yes, part of me is thinking, oh, you got to start, taking a little bit more of a chance and maybe stretching these trades out and really riding them out. Part of me is thinking like, part of me is looking at this thinking like, you left too much money on the table. But I don't want to be greedy, and I am very, very thankful. There is, signs of very good bull momentum going into tomorrow because of, you've got this, right? This is institutions right here buying at the close, and we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow. But regardless, I'll probably end up trading Facebook again tomorrow. The only other stocks I was watching were PayPal. PayPal also did pretty well, but it's still sort of in this supply zone. I want to wait for it to get above this supply zone before I really touch it myself. And then I think I was looking at Apple, right? So those are the three stocks I'm following. Right, part of my plan, going into Monday after sort of pondering about this last weekend was that I was following too many stocks. I was following Neo and Square and Blink and AMD and Intel, and I was just following way too much and stuff that I can't really make very good money on. So what I'm gonna focus on is Facebook, Apple, PayPal, right? I've got fintech, I've got hardware and sort of like software, iPhone kind of thing, and then Facebook, right? More, I guess you could call it like social media and big tech. So I think those are really three great companies that I can make a lot of money on. And Facebook, like I said, I've made about $400 now off of Facebook this week. So very grateful, very humble, just humbled by the entire experience. It's take me a few months to get here, but I really do think I got the hang of starting to get the hang of this, and I'm due for a loss, right? I am due for a loss. I haven't taken a loss since Thursday, so I'm probably due for a loss or at least a losing trade soon. But I'm just going to keep riding this momentum from Facebook, and even if it loses momentum and kind of pulls back a little bit, I'm going to play the short side and still be able to profit. So I will be looking for a pullback because we've had such a bullish week, but you never know. Tomorrow, I think was Thursday, right? Yeah. So tomorrow we could get another very bullish day. with Facebook. We might get another bullish day with PayPal. Other than that, I think some of the value stocks are starting to rise. There's other stocks that I'm interested in investing in. Foot Locker is one that I'm currently looking at right now because they are extremely profitable and they're ready to sort of go into the new era. And also there's a marijuana stock called, it's called Planet 13. It's not available on Robinhood, I don't think, but you can buy it on TD Ameritrade. It's an over-the-counter penny stock, but it's definitely one that I'm looking at, one that I'm interested in. I get a lot of these ideas from the Financial Education channel as well, just to let you guys know. So, all in all, grateful, happy, definitely going to be, trading tomorrow, or at least looking to trade. And, leave your comments down below. Let me know, where are you putting your money? Stocks, crypto, gold. I definitely want to get into the gold too. As soon as I get my account up, I'm going to start diversifying, trying to get into the crypto, trying to get into gold. I'd like to explore Forex. I've been studying Forex, but it seems really sketchy, to be honest with you. Like especially if you don't know what you're doing. But Forex sounds interesting to me. And I see a lot of people online talking about it. So, I want to hedge what I'm doing in the stock market with some other assets and stuff like that. But let me know, where are you putting your money? Comment down below. Give the video a like. And as always, this is CMC Broadcasting. I'll see you next time. God bless.